رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي. So this scientific miracle should be particularly interesting for cosmologists, those who study the space or the sky. So this is Surah Ra'ad, chapter number 13, verse number 2. It says, the translation of which is A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. It is Allah who has raised the heavens without pillars, as you can see. Or another translation which says, it is God who has raised up heavens with no visible supports. Okay, so now we've seen the sky above us. The sky above us doesn't have any pillars as we see it, right? We see the sky, the clouds, the sun, the moon, the stars without any pillars. Now the important point to note is that the way the Quran mentions it, you see, it doesn't say the sky or the heavens do not have pillars. It's very important. It says they are without pillars, with no visible supports, meaning that we cannot see the supports, but are they there or not? That's very important, and that's what makes Quran miraculous. You see, the way it words it becomes relevant for every time to come. It doesn't take away from its relevance. So the Quran does not negate that the heavens or the skies have any supports. However, it does say that it has no visible supports. That means we cannot see it. And guess what? Today, science has seen, and it has progressed enough to make those to make us aware of those invisible supports, right? We know that the stars, the sun, the moon, they're all subjected to not visible supports, but the invisible forces, the forces that keep them in their orbits, the gravitational forces, and all the other forces that keep them in their orbits, right? Also, within our earth, the sky of our earth, we have the different forces, right? The way the air density works, and the way the air rises, and the way the air droplets rise, and the different forces that we have in the universe, whichever way they play their role in, the magnetic forces, the weak nuclear force, the strong nuclear forces, right? So subhanallah, the Quran was even scientifically accurate in not saying that the universe does not have any support. Rather, it says it has no visible support, which goes on to show us that there might be a possibility of some invisible support. And today we have gone far enough in science to see that it in fact does have those gravitational forces keeping the sun, the moon, all the spatial bodies in their orbit. We have the gravitational forces, subhanallah. So this was in a hint towards, first of all, the scientific accuracy of the way it states, and then a hint towards invisible forces. So that was one of the scientific accuracies and the miracles in the Quran, and along with all the other numerical, scientific, and linguistic, and all the other miracles of the Quran, that's what makes the book a divine book. How did somebody know 1400 years ago about the presence of invisible forces? It could have been stated that the heavens have no supports at all, but it was not stated this way. It was stated that it has no visible supports. Subhanallah, look at the depth of accuracy in the Quran. Okay, this was the first thing. The second thing is the way science works, right? Science is not definitive, right? Today it might give an answer, tomorrow it might change, the day after tomorrow it might change, it may keep changing, right? So for what we have right now is the best of the information that we have, right? It is the best possible information that is available to us. And subhanallah, the way the Quran even states things, we don't directly, for example, here you've seen, I haven't directly proven that the Quran is stating the gravitational force. However, whatever it does state, it will never go against what is 100% accurate, and it hints here, because in the scientific realm, you have to compare what is known to us, the best of what is known to us till now, and the way the Quran is stating it, right? So that's what I'm trying to tell you, because it's easy to fall into error while interpreting the verses scientifically. So you have to be very careful the way the Quran states them. It's the way that the Quran is stating that gives away certain things, because see, the Quran is a book and is a miracle for all times to come, right? It has been there for 1400 years ago, so it cannot leave us or any generation thirsty or without answers. It always gives, because see, this verse was what answer did it give to the people before us? It gave them the answer that yes, the sky has no visible supports, and yet we see the sun and the moon. The people before who did not, when science hadn't advanced enough, this verse made a lot of sense. But today, when it makes sense for a layman who does not know any science, but it also makes much more sense for a scientist, especially for a cosmologist who sees all those forces around and who's aware of those forces. This verse makes much deeper sense for him, right? So that's what I'm trying to say. Subhanallah, it may not give you the direct answer, but it will never go against the ultimate truths as well. Subhanallah. So I've shown you here. It was beautiful way the way Quran states is also so, subhanallah, miraculous as well as scientifically accurate. So may Allah increase our faith in the Quran as the ultimate word of God, as the divine word, and give us ultimate conviction in the Quran. And not only that, the fact that we believe in it as something we inherited from our parents, as being the word of God, as our parents told us, but with ultimate conviction within our hearts that it actually is the word of God. With that, we'll end this session. Subhanallah wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik.